Right, welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. The best thing in the Star Wars universe, Mandalorian. Yeah, that's what we're talking about today. So, Mandalorian, it closed off with a huge bang. I don't want to touch too much on spoilers here, but ultimately, I am going to talk spoilers in this video, so please do click off the video now if you don't want any. You've been warned. Let's go. So yeah, it kicked off with a massive bang. Huge implications for the Star Wars universe moving forwards. The Darksaber? How? Where? What? Why? Awesome. So good. Now, obviously, this is a hit for Disney+. Now, we've seen the results coming in for Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. I was going to do a video on it, but there's not really any point. Basically, it's down like near 60%, I think, on its second week at the box office, which is big. I will say that it's potentially evening itself out because, of course, it had a relatively strong week run. But it's not the hit that Disney wanted it to be. The Mandalorian, however, is the hit that Disney wanted it to be. This is everything that Disney could have dreamed the saga to have been. And it's in the form of a TV show. So no doubt they were going to be returning for another season. They've got Jon Favreau back on board. We'd already known that they were shooting this. But it has now been confirmed the release date. So, and not only that, ladies and gents, but it's been confirmed that the release date and potentially, well, as per Deadline anyway, sources, that there's going to be some main, very familiar saga faces coming into the second season. So we'll touch on this, and then I want to talk about what I hope to see in The Mandalorian, and then I want to get your thoughts as well, and just how I feel that this could progress moving forwards, and also the implication for Disney moving forwards with respect to who's going to be in charge and how things are going to be progressing, because I think this signifies quite a big change of pace for Disney. So the report from Deadline is very simple. I mean, Jon Favreau made a tweet. Season 2 of The Mandalorian coming fall 2020. So we're getting it fall of next year. It's the same time, around the same time next year. Great. Massively looking forward to it. Obviously, we don't know whether they're going to be 8 episode seasons or not. 8 episodes is fine. I'd love to see more, though. I would love to see more. I doubt it's going to be more. The fact that it's coming in full production now, I would say it's probably about the same. I'd say maybe 8 to 10, but I'd say about 8. I'd love to see longer episodes, personally. I feel, because anyone that's been watching these, you'll know that the time, the time of these shows have been vastly fluctuating, hugely, in fact. So much so that it's a little bit irritating. And I loved every episode of this entire season. I can't get enough Mandalorian. Genuinely, it's so good. But I would like to have seen longer episodes, and that's what I hope moving forwards. Now, the other interesting part of the report from Disney is it says the live-action interstellar bounty hunter series, The Mandalorian, premiered November 12th on Disney+. The same day the streaming service launched, insiders have hinted that several established characters from the Skywalker saga's feature film's mythology will make an appearance during the show's sophomore season, so season 2. Crazy. Now, obviously, with respect, so that's the news, right? Now, I just want to get down and discuss my own personal thoughts, my own personal hopes and dreams for the season, and hopefully we can have some interaction with you guys as well. I'd love to hear your thoughts on all of this down below, and also your personal hopes and dreams and where they can go. Now, obviously, where they ended off, we know that Rian Johnson had spoiled this anyway, that Baby Yoda would be in Season 2. He'd spoiled this a few weeks back. It's no surprise that Baby Yoda was going to be around for a while. This is a show which has him as the linchpin. It is the humanizing aspect of Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, and it's fantastic. They are now the clan of two. And I've been saying this for ages. It's a spaghetti western. It is a episodic mission by mission. It's just fantastic. And I hope, so these going into my kind of hopes and dreams, I hope they stick to that format. I hope they don't get too bogged down by a specific genre that they want to follow, or specific thread line and interconnected this and all that nonsense. Because obviously next year they may, because this is moving forwards into what Star Wars may become, there may be a few more shows in the Star Wars universe. And I really hope that they keep this separate from everything else. I do not want this connected to anything. Obviously, this is connected to the Star Wars universe, right? It is connected. But don't start connecting this to other shows, because I think then you're going to water down the product. And this is a fantastic show all by itself. Now, obviously, Mandalorian is now setting to fly off into outer space and try to find the Yoda species so he can return baby Yoda, the Yodeling, to his home, his people, and move forwards like that. And then obviously come and find the cohort, basically the other Mandalorians. Now, I doubt they're going to do that in the second season. I doubt we are going to see him returned in the second season. It's unlikely. Got to remember that this is a species that George Lucas was very reluctant to explore. He didn't want to explore them. He wanted to keep them a secret. And I can imagine that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, both people that highly respect Star Wars material, or said to be anyway, will want to keep that and want to retain that element of the franchise moving forwards. So I actually doubt we're going to see this baby Yoda returned. I think if we do, I think it will be quick. I don't think there'll be any explanation specifically. I don't think they're going to explore the Yoda species very much. And I doubt they're going to do this in Season 2. Now, Disney, and again, this is moving forwards into the future of the whole Star Wars franchise in general, Disney have faltered, they've tripped, and they've fallen over the whole Star Wars universe. Now, The Mandalorian has been a knocking out of the park hit. Absolute knocking out of the park hit. So much so that they didn't even have toys ready to go in time. They didn't expect this to be as big as it was. And you may say, well, that's just nonsense. A company like Disney would know that something's going to be a big thing. They track it and things like that. I don't think they had any hope. I think they allowed Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni just to crack on because they didn't think it was going to be particularly great. I'm sure Favreau probably put up a large chunk of the money for this as a producer as well. And I think they're kicking themselves because, of course, again, they didn't have toys ready for Christmas. And that's millions of dollars that they've wasted. Millions. It's not something you do intentionally. So I hazard a guess moving forwards that they're going to want to keep this show running as long as possible. I damn right sure that this and the utter failure of the films will definitely signify a changing of the guard. Because, of course, Kathleen Kennedy has not done anything to this. She's not touched this. She's a producer name only. This is all Favreau and Dave Filoni. So I think, ultimately, seeing the failure and the critical reception, the fan reception of the saga, and yes, undeniably there are people that have enjoyed the saga, but the majority don't, right? And the declining profits speak volumes to that. I think Bob Iger and also Alan Horn, these types at Disney, I think ultimately they're going to see this and they will probably look to shift things moving forwards. I don't think Jon Favreau will want to be in charge of anything, but I think Dave Filoni probably will. Now, whether you think that's good news or bad news, it's personal opinion. But if The Mandalorian is anything to go by, this is fantastic. I can't get enough of it. Now, ultimately, I hope they don't inflate the budget too much either. This show had, I think it was about 15 million an episode or something like that. It worked out to be 120 odd million per season. I hope they don't increase the budget. Now, the reason why I say that is ultimately you can do a lot more with less. It encourages creativity, ingenuity, and it also allows the creatives to not rest on their laurels and just go, well, money can fix it, who cares, whatever. I hope they stick to the budget. It's a recipe for success. Stick to the formula. Now, I personally can't wait for this to be released, but I'd love to hear your personal thoughts. What do you hope to see moving forwards? Do you think Baby Yoda will be returned? Ultimately, I don't. I think they will literally milk this for as long as possible, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Baby Yoda ages slowly. It's a species literally unknown. Of course he's going to struggle to find him. That makes sense. It's within canon. I do think, however, we will definitely see something in relation to the Darksaber moving forwards. I think Moff Gideon will become something of a lurking, almost Sith in the background. And that's my kind of round out thoughts on it. What do you guys think, though? Let me know down below in the comments. Did you like this show? Did you dislike it? Please do let me know. If you are new here, please do hit subscribe. You can stay up to date on the world of pop culture and movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. Also, side note, Pickled Snoke merch is underneath every single video and also linked in the description box. Check it out via my Teespring. Anyway, guys, I've been Mr. H. Take care.